Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and first, really quickly, I wanted to share a beautiful little gift I received. Check it out. It's a little baby Ruth Bader Ginsburg sitting on her throne, and it has her initials, or her, yeah, I guess you would call it her. They're not her private initials, but somebody else named her RGB, or I'm sorry, RBG. Notorious RBG, and her birth time and death. So this was from my two dear subscribers, my two favorite M&Ms, Melissa and Marie, or Marie and Melissa. And so here's the artist. If you're interested in getting one of these yourself, right here, All Natural Arts. And there's her address, email address. Oh, she's on Facebook too. Phone number, all of that. Wow. Her name is Sue Beatrice. Looks like she's very talented. It came in this beautiful bag. And they sent me a pashmina shawl, so I appreciate that so much, girls. I love it. Okay. So let's get into the tarot. I'm going to use the, I call it the Monster Tarot. But if you look for it online, I found it on Etsy. That's right there. That's what you look for. M-O-N-S-T, like Mons Tarot. And I absolutely love it because it's fun and playful. And the cards are oversized and really colorful. You'll see when I flip them over if you're not familiar with this deck. But let's look at our Saturday, June 12th. What is it we need to know in order to come back to our bright, clear light? What do we need to heal within in order to create what we want in our lives? In order to have all the love and happiness that's there for us. It's always there, that's the thing, is the love is always there. It's just that on earth it's so darn challenging sometimes to open to it because we're not always being mirrored with the love that we are, and we're not always mirroring outwards the love that we are. We're not always putting it out there. That happens when we're identified with the outer reality rather than our inner reality, and we haven't done enough meditation and deeper work to, I like how the sun's shining now. The sun came out. Yes, the love is always there. But what we need to do is to get inside our inner truth, and then that's where we're aligned with the absolute love and truth of the universe. Okay, so Saturday, June 12th, 2021. We're definitely well into the polarities of Gemini and Sagittarius with the new moon solar eclipse. Three of Swords. Our theme is the world. And only one reversal, the Knight of Pentacles today. Okay. So what we have here with the world as the theme, this is like the completion. This is coming home to yourself. This is success. This is achievements, and celebrating because you feel that you've come home to yourself. This usually happens if you're on your path and you've been working for years and years. If it doesn't happen in your younger years, now I've known a few people who actually had the experience of coming home to who they truly are at their first Saturn return, which is between 27, 28, 29, usually about 28, 29 years old, sometimes 30, depending on the placement in the natal chart and the transits of Saturn. The rotation of Saturn. So anyway, if it doesn't happen at the first Saturn return, and for most people it doesn't, but I have known a few rare ones to experience it that way, you have an excellent opportunity at your second Saturn return, which is between 57 and 59 years old. It's usually about 58. It could be 60 for some of you. And it's a wonderful, wonderful time if you can get to that place. Now, the World card is ruled by Saturn, and it's in some decks it's called the Universe. So, and you can see with the little monster here, this like being at one with the universe. And that's because we have to remember that the universe is inside of us. And if we realize that, then we realize our power. And then we can start to turn things around. We can get our world spinning, our universe spinning the way we want it to go. But we have to realize that first. When we do, it's definitely a celebration, a big celebration. And, that's one of the major themes with the World card is celebration and success and achieving something. You can pat yourself on the back. For some of you, it could, and just on a mundane level, it could be about traveling because it does, it's the world, traveling around the world. So it could be about travel. But with the Three of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, oh my goodness, it could be travel plans that are a little challenging, to say the least, with the Three of Swords. And the Knight of Pentacles doesn't move very quickly. Now, we know that elephants can move quickly if they want, but they normally don't. And I don't know if this is an elephant tail. We've got the unicorn here, But I love what Joanna Nelson did with these cards, is she did everything she could to keep it in alignment with the Rider-Waite and the traditional, Rider-Waite imagery. And of course, we get the message here is that the Knight of Pentacles is not moving very quickly. Well, when it's reversed, we're not moving at all. It can be that to come home, now on a spiritual level, it could be to come home to our true selves, we have to stop betraying ourselves. I often see the Three of Swords as where we mentally betray ourselves, and that place where we put ourselves in a double bind of I'm just not good enough unless I have to be a certain way or I won't. I have to pretend or I have to act a certain way or I won't be loved, won't be approved of, won't be accepted. One of my awesome subscribers, I hope you're a subscriber, I'm not sure, but I can't remember the name because it wasn't a real name. It was a real name. Let me see if I can find it. She this morning, let me see if I can find it here on my phone. She commented, because yesterday's reading had so much to do with that, who do we have to be loved and approved of? Like, that's one of the double binds that is inside of all of us when we're trying to break through the false self into the real self. Because yesterday we had justice and we had the Tower. And the Tower, to me, in the tarot, is about breaking through to get to your false self. Or, I'm sorry, breaking through your false self to get to your real self. Now, this line up here could be saying that many of you have already done that, and you've stopped this when we betray our real self. It stops us in our tracks, and we go, wait a minute. Let's see. She said, her name was Insight Specialist. Oh, yeah. Well, that sure makes sense. I love your handle there. That's great. She said, who do I have to be loved and accepted is powerful. Settled many unconscious dilemmas. Yes. But I think I just said love and approved, but now I'm going to take Insight Specialist. I'm going to take your guidance there because you definitely brought in another clue. Yes, it's loved, accepted, and approved of is what we're going for when we're little, But our parents don't do that. They don't give us all of that because they're human. And every human is a little flawed in some way or another. There's no perfect parent. So as adults, we have to grow up and say, we're not going to betray ourselves anymore, which could come through, which would definitely be the message if the Three of Swords came through reversed. It would have to do with being reconciling something deep inside, and even it could be with another person where there's healing and forgiveness, because someone has apologized. But many times, if it were reversed, it would be it would be about feeling more optimistic. So I think the real message on a spiritual level, to summarize this, has to do with stopping movement. When you betray yourself, when you have negative thoughts about yourself, stop the movement, stop what you're doing, and go inside and turn it all around. Get your world spinning into the love, the forces of love, which is what is spinning the universe. Now, on a mundane level, if this has to do with travel plans, try not to beat yourself up if things stop and you have a long layover in an airport, or your car breaks down. If you're on a road trip and your car breaks down, or your RV breaks down, or in some way you can't keep moving, don't blame yourself. Don't beat yourself up, and definitely don't bitch anybody out. Okay? That's all, Don't let any harsh words fly out of your mouth at someone else because of, having to stop. Most of us would just never do that. But this could be, because the swords, we have to remember we're in the element of thoughts. It's not just words and what we communicate, it's our thoughts. So, turn our thoughts around, because when the Three of Swords comes into play, we're in that realm of heartbreak and unhappiness and some type of a loss or feeling rejected. So it could be some of that, where we reject ourselves, where we feel at a loss and unhappy with ourselves. And that is heartbreaking. And you definitely can, with the Knight of Pentacles, stop and turn that around, because you'll be stuck. This is not a good place to be stuck at all. It could be, with the world being the theme here, is that we're not doing that anymore. I hope that's what it is. You guys, please let me know if that's what it is. I would love to see that, because that's the key to everything. No more self-betrayal. No more beating ourselves up. We get our world spinning in the right direction quickly if we can not reject ourselves. Now, I'm not saying to not feel the pain, because this card can be very painful. Like I said, we're in that realm of heartbreak. But so don't reject your pain, because to go through it will get things moving again. We just keep plodding along with the Knight of Pentacles. Feeling the pain and going inside the pain without hurting anyone else and hurting yourself is, I think, one of the most powerful acts that we can do. It's so cleansing for our souls. So, yeah, and I love the way she, let me just notice this. She's really a genius artist. We have raindrops here. Raindrops and a big old puddle of water. So this tells me this little monster was already crying. I love it. It's beautiful. So when need be, stop and cry, and that'll get our universe inside spinning again in the right direction. So, okay, well, that's all I have for today. Thanks, you guys. Take good care. Bye.